Game Demo!
Hey everyone, Sophia here at Namco's Ignite event in San Francisco. I'm joined by Brandon Williams, localization producer on Knight's Contract. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming.
All right, so you have the game all booted up for us, so let's jump in and kind of take a look.
So the level we have loaded up here is, a couple way into the game, maybe like, a third or so. Heinrich and Gretchen have come to a town that's under attack by a witch, and they're trying to hunt down that evil witch and defeat her.
Okay, so the story is set in kind of like a fictional medieval Europe, correct?
Yes, that's right.
So what's the story setup? Like, who are these witches and who's Heinrich?
Well, originally all of the witches used to be good. They actually came to humanity to help save them from the Black Plague. However, there's an evil guy named Dr. Faust who frames the witches, turns humanity against them, and has them all executed. So 100 years later, they're all resurrected, and they're bent on revenge against humanity, except for Gretchen. She teams up with Heinrich, who is now immortal, and they go on a quest to save humanity from the evil witches and from Dr. Faust.
Yeah, I kind of played the beginning of the game. So Heinrich actually was the executioner and now is cursed with immortality, and so now they've teamed up. Can you kind of discuss the features of this partnership in the game?
Sure. Well, the partnership between Gretchen and Heinrich is kind of the main feature of the game. Heinrich is immortal, so no matter how much damage he takes, he'll never die. However, he does have to look out for his partner, Gretchen. She's a bit more fragile, and if you leave her alone too long, she will eventually die, and you'll get game over. So one of the main aspects of the game is the finisher system. Heinrich, as you can see, he's kind of like the close range. Ooh, there's a pull off a counter there. He's kind of the close range melee fighter guy. So you can do air combos. You got your basic hack and slash combos that you expect. The player controls Gretchen by commanding her to do magic. So I can lock onto an enemy and have her do that. A bunch of thorns come out, stab the enemy, or I can kind of crush them from above with different kinds of magic. Now the finisher system is where the two really start to cooperate together. The way you want to do this is kind of weaken an enemy. I'll try to get this guy's health down to kind of a red area. Should be enough. So then you want to use a witchcraft, but then push the button at just the right time. Turns into this bloody finisher. We rip the guy, and he gets ripped to shreds, and that'll kill him.
So it's actually a pretty gory and brutal game.
Yeah. Definitely violence level is very high. So we think that, our more mature players will definitely enjoy that kind of experience.
So I see that you can actually map her spells over in the bottom right corner. Can you kind of describe like the spells that you'd be able to use?
Sure. Well, we have a lot of different kind of spells. Different ones are going to be different, better for certain situations. This one that kind of comes from the air like that, that's really good against flying enemies. It knocks them to the ground and then allows Heinrich to follow up with close range attacks. This one we have that kind of comes from the ground there, that holds enemies on place. So a lot of times on larger enemies, it kind of disables them, allows you to run up and get some good hits on them. This vine attack right here, that is more of a wide range attack. If you pull it out off as a finisher, you can actually grab multiple enemies and kill them all instantly if you can time it just right. There's actually an achievement in the game for being able to grab a certain number of enemies in one usage of that move.
And as you go through the game, you actually get more and more spells, and you get to upgrade them?
Yeah, as you go through the game, you will discover new spells. Some you'll have to find in the world. Some will be automatically unlocked as you progress through the story mode. One of the cool things, and a lot of the spells you will be able to upgrade. But actually, I should say unlock, because instead of upgrading simply a more powerful version of the spell, what you unlock is a variation. So the variation might be more powerful, but has a much longer recharge time, or it might be a different element or have some other different properties. So a lot of times in the game, you might unlock a newer, better magic, but you may want to go back to a previous version because it just might be more useful in a certain situation.
So cutscenes are kind of like strewn throughout the levels, and they're kind of split up into episodes, and there's like, can you kind of talk about the scoring system?
We definitely encourage players to pull off as many cool-looking combos as they can, and players award points for this. And at the end of each episode, you'll get a score based on the number of combos you did, how many times you died, how quickly you finished the level, how many enemies you defeated, and so on. Players will be able to upload their scores online, and compare with their friends, and that kind of adds a community aspect to the game, which we think is going to give the game a lot of replay value.
So Gretchen doesn't seem to like walking, so you're kind of carrying her around.
Oh yeah, well Gretchen does walk around. She's pretty good at following you. She's also very good at staying out of danger. For the most part, she won't like walk directly into lava or anything like that. The carry function, it just makes it easier to take her where you want to, but the secondary function is actually heals her. So as long as Heinrich is carrying Gretchen, her health will regenerate. So it's great in the middle of a battle. You can pick her up if she's low on health, run to the opposite side, and her health will regenerate. But also, the kind of disadvantage is, of course, you can't attack while you're holding her.
That's true. So it looks good. When's the game coming out and on what platform?
Players can look forward to slashing their enemies to bits on February 22nd, and it will be available on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for coming.
And that was our look at Knight's Contract. Be sure to check back on our site for more coverage.